All righty, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I'm here with the General J.
How's it going, mate? Good to be back on the WJ channel. We're gonna be ranting on the fucking cunt that is Randy Orton. I can't wait.
Randy Orton, Jerry. Fuck yeah. We got 0 viewers. Are we fucking glitching? 1 viewer. We're good to go, Jerry. We're in
Lock
the
and load.
big 4 viewers. Party time, Jerry. So basically, Randy Orton as the WWE champion there. Like, I'm sure some people enjoy Orton. There's fans out there. Maybe they're on some heavy drugs or something. I don't know there. But these fans, they think that Orton is the best or something. Maybe they think he's cool. They might be entertained by him. I don't know there. But me personally, Jerry, and I think I speak for enough people there. I think Randy Orton is fucking boring, and he makes for a boring champion. You know what I'm saying? When I look at Randy Orton, like on SmackDown, for example, he talks for a minute and he gets cut off. Why? Because his promos suck pretty much there. And the less Orton on the mic, the better. You're not going to see a 15-minute Orton promo nowadays. They cut that shit short. I think his promos are pretty fucking boring. Either he talks like this, or he tries too hard to sound like a wrestler sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not buying either one of them. I think his promos are very fucking boring. Shit like this. And in the ring, his matches are usually very plain, and it's always the same shit. Oh, he almost hit the RKO. It only takes one RKO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always the same boring crap there. An RKO. Okay, what else? Like every time he's in a big match of some sort, it always turns out to be mediocre. You never get an awesome Randy Orton match, never. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also, like, one of the things that gets me really pissed off about Randy Orton's matches is that, see, especially at, like, WrestleMania or SummerSlam matches, what they'll do is, like, see once the person's, like, on the ground and Randy Orton goes to the corner and Michael Cole says, oh, my God, he's going to do the punt. He's going to do the punt. And every time he doesn't actually do the punt, like, if they're going to set it up, you might as well just do it. But, like, I don't see a point on why they would, like, set it up. Like, every single match for the past few years, like, with Randy Orton when he's trying to do the punt, when he boots them in the head, he always misses. He actually never does it. Like, so why set it up? It makes no sense. And then I think also, like you were saying, Randy Orton's promos are fucking awful. Like, the long pauses like this. And I 1, 2, 3, Randy 1, 2, like it's just ridiculous to me. And I think Randy, there is times where Randy can be good. Like, there'll be times where he'll say something like spontaneous and it'll actually be kind of good. But more times out of nothing, like, he's kind of rubbish. And I think the worst thing that they ever did was make him the Royal Rumble winner, because there was a lot of setup, because me and you were even discussing this, WJ, a lot of months before Mania. And me and you were, like, somewhat excited for it, because we were like, okay, there's lots of possibilities who's going to win. There's plenty of things that they can do with it. Like, it's literally a clean, and they can literally do anything.
We were thinking Taker or Cena to set up Cena Taker or something.
Yeah, and people always, like, I've seen a few people say, oh, that would be crap, like, but I'll be honest with you, I'd rather have that than fucking Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. And Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt's feud is fucking terrible. Like, their match, and I will say this, their match at WrestleMania was the worst match, because you had the maggots and all, and Randy Orton acting weird, and then Like 1 minute Randy's friends with Bray, next minute he's enemies, and it's he's just kind of like, I do believe he's somewhat better than Cena. I have to be honest, but not by much. Like, he's always been like a bog standard kind of wrestler on there. You know what I mean?
And with the punt, you got Nakamura, doing his strong style kicks to the head. There's a whole bunch of indie guys doing kicks to the head, stuff like this. Why can't Randy do the punt? Like back in the day, you can't do it because it's PG now. So how come all the other guys can do big kicks to the head and Orton can't? What is this?
Yeah, and it's ridiculous because even if you look at, like, see Finn Balor's move, where he, like, when he's on the top rope and he stomps on the person, like, it's the kind of same thing with, like, Seth Rollins and Randy, because Seth Rollins' curb stomp, I think Seth should just keep it, and Randy should keep doing his punt. But like you were saying, with Nakamura and like Finn Balor and a lot of these guys that are in WWE, they're doing even more dangerous moves and stuff, but they're allowed to like keep having it. But yet Seth Rollins and Randy can't do the punt or the curb stomp. You know what I mean? It's very inconsistent, and that's a problem with WWE. Like, apparently Seth Rollins said, it was two kids could do it like very easily and stuff like that. Yeah, like, any fucking kid can jump on their bed and fucking stomp someone like Finn Balor. Like, if you're going to have one rule for one person, then have another rule for another person. You can't just have...
Seth Rollins is afraid of people. He's afraid of people getting injured. He's got experience with injuring people, that guy. And like right now, he's doing some kind of knee to the face move. Rollins, I think, there. So how come Orton can't do the punt? He hasn't done it, I believe, since the Legend Killer gimmick. That might have happened after, and that's when Orton was at his peak, the Legend Killer shit. And then it became the boring Viper. Orton was entertaining during that Legend Killer stuff, and he hasn't been entertaining since. He hasn't done anything like that. I think that shit ended just before it became PG, so he hasn't done anything in almost 9 years, Orton. Since that.
Yeah. Because he was old. Sorry, go ahead.
You go from a cool gimmick to being this retarded Viper that was so corny, cringy, and over the top, and he hasn't done anything since. So he won belts. He's won belts since then, but every time he's the champ, it's always boring. Whenever he's the champ, people want him to lose the belt so bad. Like when Daniel Bryan was chasing the belt, people were so fucking sick of Orton as the champion. It's always the same thing. When Orton has the belt, it's boring as fuck all the time, man.
Yeah, honestly, like with Randy especially, I just think that, like, whenever he has the title, it just becomes boring. And one of the things I think that they kind of hurt Orton was that Orton was always renowned as the villain, like the bad guy. Like, there was never kind of any instance where he would turn good, right? And I think, like, at one point, like, especially, when he was the Psychotic Viper wasn't too bad when he was doing the whole Psychotic Viper, when he was like, doing
over the top faces and stuff there.
Yeah, it was a bit silly, but it was entertaining at the same time. But I think once they kind of turned him face, once like Randy turned face, or he was like being being a nice guy and stuff, and like going in the ring, like moving his hands, going yeah, like that's not the Randy Orton that should be Randy Orton. Like, the Randy Orton, if they're going to do Randy Orton right, they have to have him just fucking go bonkers and just crazy and just fucking boot people in the head, fucking go crazy, go all out. If you're going to do it, go all out on, with Randy Orton. But instead, it's like a half measure kind of, I'm Randy Orton, and I'm going to beat you, and I'm the champion, and there's nobody gonna beat me, and then he gets interrupted. Like it's just fucking stupid, man. Like I just think Randy's been neutered. They've neutered him like to a point where he's just kind of
He's
like he's
just
not.
there.
Yeah, he's like a fart in the air. You know when someone takes a fart in the elevator and it just whiffs the whole place. Like that's Randy Orton right there.
He just feels like another guy on the roster. And here's the thing, Randy's like a 12 or 13 time world champion. You know what I mean? A guy that won 55 world titles, you would expect them to be bigger stars by now, like he won more belts than Steve Austin, more belts than The Rock, more belts than The Undertaker. And in reality, he fucking sucks dick compared to those guys. When he comes out, people don't feel, it's not like, oh my God, this is mega star Randy Orton. It's million-time world champion superstar Randy. It's just, oh, hey, it's Orton there. It's people aren't really marking out for this guy. You would think he'd be a bigger star by now, and that's how it happened with Orton. He started off there as a complete rookie, wasn't really good, didn't really have anything at the beginning there, just as plain as it gets there. But he was a third-generation superstar. That's what it was with him. Oh, he's a third-generation star like The Rock. So even though he was super, super plain and he wasn't really good at anything there, really, because he was a third-generation star, they put the belt on him right away. Oh, youngest world champion, even though he wasn't really a star or anything. Oh, he's third generation. He's youngest WWE champ. Then they gave him like 4 or 5 belts pretty fast. So then you're like, he won a whole bunch of belts, so I guess he's a main eventer. I guess he's a star. You know what I mean? That's kind of the feel with Orton. It's just he's a guy that they gave him a shit ton of belts, so it's like you're kind of forced to believe that he's some kind of star, even though he's not. You know what I mean, Jer?
Yeah, I do agree. I think they kind of force the whole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's during the time where they started to force feed guys, and he's one of the first guys that they did that with, giving him a shit ton of belts right off the bat, even though he wasn't good. Eventually, he became better. They gave him the RKO, and that's pretty much the only thing he's ever had there. DDP's finish, but.
Also, the thing is with Randy, and I noticed this, is that, like, see, remember the RKO out of nowhere thing happened, like, when everyone was posting online?
It became a meme or whatever there.
Yeah. The thing is with that was that WWE never took a full advantage of that, because it was kind of, like, stupid, because whenever that whole thing was going down, like, I think it was, like, 2014, 2015, they never really kind of took advantage of it. I remember when it started, he didn't have the belt like at all, and then it wasn't until once the Ming died, then he got the belt. And then I'm like, well, that's too little, too late. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna take advantage of the hype, then just put the belt on him then, and then try and make work and get like people that don't watch WWE that much to get him in. But they never did that. They just, it was a wasted opportunity. You know what I mean, for that. But I think Randy's kind of I think he's very overrated. I think to say there's a lot of wrestlers that are overrated, but Randy, I mean, I don't think he's fucking like terrible.
Well, he doesn't suck, but fuck.
Yeah. But he's nowhere near what WWE's hyping him up to be. Like he's not. He'll never be a Hogan or an Austin or a Rock or a. You know what I mean? He'll never be up there in terms of, whenever, like, because you're not really going to see, like, in the next few years, nobody's going to turn around and say, "Oh, well, who do you prefer, Steve Austin or Randy Orton?" 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have a few fangirls like they're gonna say Randy Orton, but majority of people are gonna say Steve Austin because like Randy's really pretty much he was almost like it's very similar to Roman Reigns a little bit because with Roman they kind of forced him in there and I think they've done it more so. But with Randy, they kind of had like a little good thing with the Legend Killer thing, and then they just full out changed his entrance, changed them completely, and he was just very inconsistent. I think Randy especially, you know what I mean?
Back
And
then, fans didn't really think about that. Oh, he's pushed down our throats, this and that. If the fans of today would have seen what they did by by giving him a bunch of belts, I think he probably would have got hate like Reigns did. But people didn't think like that back then, you know.
yeah, I think again, I just think Randy's very his storylines are very inconsistent as well. Like, you know, I like one of the worst things that they ever did with Randy was turn him face because Randy was never like a good guy. You know, he was always that sleazy kind of person that would do it by any means necessary. And I think they kind of ruined the character by making him a face. And then also I think do you remember like I was ripping my hair out because whenever they said like, oh, Randy Orton's teaming up with Triple H, do you remember that? And it happened like only like 2 years after like Randy like kicked Vince and Stephanie, and remember he did the whole thing with Shane and all that there. And I'm like, the point where I knew things were getting inconsistent because is never supposed to be a face. He's always supposed to be a bad guy. Like he's supposed to be that evil, sadistic kind of dickhead. Like that's what Randy's supposed to be. But somewhere along the lines have just derailed the character and have completely ruined him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now he's just like ultra plain Orton kind of deal, and these stories with Bray, it's just bad acting. You know what I mean? Randy Orton is a terrible actor. There, he's just very, very corny and fucking. The guy just doesn't have it. Shit on the mic, corny actor. His matches are pretty fucking plain there. Oh, it's a power slam, a really fast power slam. Whoopie fucking do there, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, RKO out of nowhere that you expect, you know what I mean? Every time the guy climbs the turnbuckle, he just jumps straight into Randy Orton's arms. Oh, it's out of nowhere. Yeah, right. Give me a fucking break. But it's gotten to a point where, like, I'm not saying Jinder Mahal is great or anything, but I think I want Jinder Mahal to win just to have something different, for fuck's sake, something besides Orton, you know what I mean? Who the fuck cares about Orton in 2017? It's like, come on there. This guy doesn't he doesn't put on the great show. He doesn't do big, good matches. He had big matches with Cena that nobody liked. Every time he has a match with Cena, people just want to fucking throw up. You know what I mean? They tried to put Orton in big positions there. He was with the Authority figures multiple times because they can cut the promos for him, you know. He beat Cena to unify the belts, but in reality, nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? We're just, when he has the belt, you just wait for him to lose it, really, there. I'm sure a couple of guys, like I said, a few guys might think I'm wrong, and they might think Orton is good because they think he's cute or something like that there, but I'm not a homosexual, you know what I mean? I like wrestlers that are talented for real, and for a 75-time world champion there, I think Orton is a big fucking letdown. And I think he's a straight up fucking boring champ there. Put the belt on somebody else, for fuck's sakes. Put it on Nakamura or something. I don't know. There, at least the fans care about him. At least it's a bit exciting. His matches, stuff like this. Orton, it's just fucking beyond fucking played out and stale. There, I've had enough of this Orton garbage. Put the belt on somebody else. There, he won 100 belts. Nobody gives a shit. Move on, fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, man.
So, you have anything else to add about this guy, Jer?
Really, like, in general, I just think that Randy, unfortunately, is like I said, I think once they turned him face, that's what killed the character off, because, you know what I mean? Like, he was never meant to be a face. He was never meant to be the person that people cheer for. He was meant to be a dickhead. That's what Randy... And I think the moment that they did that, that's when they ruined him, I think.
Like McMahon said to him, if it wasn't for me, you'd be a gym teacher in St. Louis or something like that. That's what he looks like. Just an average guy that's athletic, kind of deal. He doesn't ooze charisma or anything like that. Fucking just Daniel Bryan, the tiny bearded midget, had 1,000,000 times better charisma than him, better matches, and he was a third of his size there. Randy Orton, lots of steroids, lots of tattoos, and zero charisma. That's Orton in a nutshell there. My daddy and my granddaddy were wrestlers, so I was pushed to the moon, even though I'm a boring motherfucker with no fucking talent or charisma. You know, he's an average wrestler at best. I don't want to say he completely sucks in the ring, but he's just average. For a 1,000,000-time champ, you'd expect him to be a real star by now there. You know what I mean, Jer?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with the amount of like things that he's won and stuff, you would think that they would put up there with the greats and stuff, but I don't know. I even heard like people's like there was reports saying that Randy wants a part-time contract now.
Please give it to him, fuck. Please, fuck. Make him appear one time a year at Mania to fight in the pre-show and save us from having to watch this boring motherfucker. At least take him off of the world title there. You know, you need something new in 2017. Boring ass Randy Orton title runs for the past 15 years there. Nobody fucking needs this shit. You know what I mean, Jer?
Yeah, I think they just need to cut out the kind of like, you know, like, see, once they put the belt on, like, they put the belt on people that are essentially like boring. And I understand that I personally, like, if somebody gets the belt, I give them about a month, like 2 months to see what they're like, you know, before I can like judge it and stuff. But Randy, you know, what if you've seen one title run, you've seen them all.
Exactly.
You know, there's two types of title runs for Randy. The heel that's like that, and I'm talking the boring heel, the heel that like slowly like his walk as well, where he looks constipated as well. His fucking like his walk. Can I just I need to say this right? Why does Randy Orton look honest to God constipated when he's walking down the ramp? Like he's a
fucking retard. That's why. Fuck.
He looks like he needs a good poo, WJ. Like every time I see him, it's like I don't know. It's like the way he walks. It's like he thinks that he's walking in, you know, those model kind of things. You know, like when you know those what you call them, the fucking the
homosexual. That's what you call it.
the catwalk. Yeah, like the catwalk, like thing. Randy, like he walks like he's walking down a catwalk. Like it just doesn't make sense.
It's because he just finished getting plowed up the ass by Pat Patterson in the back there. He has to take his time walking to the front. He has to go through the lineup in the back. Fucking, he's got McMahon putting the oil on him, Triple H licking his muscles up and down, and then you got the ass plow from Patterson in the gorilla position or whatever there just before he walks out. Bring CM Punk back, for God's sakes. Fuck. I know people don't like Punk anymore there, but god damn it, fuck, do something. Bring us something. Fuck.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, mate. Like, and I hate to be one of those fans that, and I have to admit, some of the fans saying CM Punk is annoying, but I do believe that WWE needs to bring him back now.
Just fucking offer him the main event spot of Mania or something. Offer him some money there. Fucking have him appear as a surprise guy in the next Rumble. Let him win the Rumble and finally get his crybaby main event spot so we can get a guy that can cut promos again in the company there.
Yeah, like, and a lot of people, like, I know a lot of people don't, like, some people don't like him and stuff, but with CM Punk, he kind of he's one of those people where there's an urgency to watch the show because of him. You know what I mean? And I have to be very honest here. I haven't seen Raw or SmackDown the past 2 weeks simply because the people on the roster right now are just so fucking boring. I don't care. Like, I really don't give a flying fuck anymore. Oh, but Jerry, what about Baron Strowman and Roman Reigns? But Jerry, what about Jinder Mahal and Randy? I don't care. You know, it's just hot garbage. It's fucking shit. And the worst thing is about this WJ is that fans are fucking burnt out over this fucking garbage. Like, I swear to God to you, WJ, why the hell is WWE having 3 hours on a Sunday, fucking 3 hours on a Monday, and goddamn Tuesday? Can they just give us a break? And can they please put SmackDown on a Friday? Can we have a goddamn break from this garbage? Like, they're burning fans out, WJ, and that's why people aren't even doing reviews anymore, because they're so fucking sick of this shit, and I'm fucking sick of this shit, WJ. I'm absolutely sick up to my fucking eyeballs, because these fucking dickheads in WWE are burning everyone out. How the hell am I gonna watch fucking 3 days of wrestling in a row? For God's sake, it's not a fucking full-time fucking job.
It's too much.
Crying out loud. Fucking dickheads.
Like me, I was fucking on my other account. I was going all out there doing Raw reviews at night, uploading 6 vids during Raw. Alexa Bliss just won the title, guys. Like, doing a minute-long shit vid with a fucking thumbnail on it to try to get views there, but fuck, I burnt myself out tremendously. I think I did like 70 vids in a month fucking period there. I'm gonna go back to the old days, just fucking uploading a vid, one review after the show, and if I don't feel like watching the fucking fucktarded show, then I won't watch it, especially SmackDown there. It's fuck, you get 1 or 2 okay segments and an hour and a half of garbage, and you make a review and nobody gives a fuck about it. Not that they should watch it. It's not like, oh, why aren't you watching my video? But like, you know, people aren't really interested that much. You know what I mean? So,
like, how the fuck? Like, this boggles my mind. Why in God's green earth would I watch 3 hours of Raw and then watch their ESPN ripoff show afterwards? Raw talk, Smack talk. I don't get it. They can fucking shove their talk up their fucking holes. Like, I swear to God, WJ, it just... I'm sorry I interrupted you, mate.
No.
But I shit you not, mate. It is just the worst thing. They're like, it's just too much. Like, you want to? Why don't you check it out? 205. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. But you need to check out NXT, and then you have these other ridiculous fans that say, but Jerry, you need to check out Ring of Honor and TNA and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I'm like, this is too much.
You can't live for fucking wrestling either there.
And I swear to God, and a lot of people always say, "Oh, Jerry, all you do is talk about wrestling and stuff like this." Honestly, I do other things outside of professional wrestling and stuff like that. I can't honestly live my life honestly watching this hot garbage week in and week out, especially, and also WJ, the pay-per-views are just too regular. Every 2 fucking weeks. Who the hell has time for this?
You're not excited for Great Balls of Fire, Jerry? What's going on?
They can shove their... Oh, my God. Why call it... I'm not going to lie, it's hilarious. Even AJ Styles was laughing at it. WJ, did you hear about that?
Because they're doing the pro SmackDown gimmick there. Oh, yeah, SmackDown is better than Raw.
Oh, God.
That shit there.
And this is another thing as well. Say rather than having this hot garbage of Raw versus SmackDown, can we actually have a decent story? And I hate to say this and stuff like that, but can we please have Eric Bischoff as a general manager?
Yeah. Because why not bring Bischoff or Jim Cornette? I was thinking about that today at work when I was taking a crap, Jerry. I'm thinking, why don't they bring Jim Cornette as a GM or something? For the nerds that like Cornette, I'm sure people would like it there.
There needs to be an urgency. There needs to be an element of, danger, where, there's a risk, there's stakes involved, right? And I hate to sound like one of those, but there needs to be, somewhat of stakes for people to be invested in. You can't just honestly run a show and say, oh, I'm Randy Orton. I'm facing Bray Wyatt. I'm Bray Wyatt. I'm facing Randy Orton. Let's have a match. You can't. There needs to be a substance to it for people to get invested in. And if people honestly aren't invested in this shit, then nobody's gonna watch it. You honestly, you need to have a story, not this fucking Raw and SmackDown garbage. Well, over in SmackDown they can't do as good as us. Oh, shut up! It's the same goddamn show. It's the same show.
It's the same show. These fans are so retarded. Let's boycott Raw to help SmackDown. It's the same company. Fucking douche. Fucking douchebag idiots. Fuck. But if there's talk that, Jim Ross to do a pay-per-view, why not just put Jim Ross back on Raw and have Michael Cole do his heel gimmick again? Maybe he could be... Well, I was going to say Miz's manager, but Miz has Marie's back there. But maybe Cole could be a heel GM or something. Fuck, I don't know anything,
I think, do you know what they need to do, WJ? And I think, if you put the stories to the side for a minute, and I can't stress this enough, but I think, honestly, they need to cut down on the pay-per-views. It's too much. And I think, honest to God, and I really honestly, and I actually, WWE sent me a survey. I don't know if you're, today, actually.
I saw you tweet about it there. But...
Yeah. So WWE sent me a survey. They're why are you not interested in the pay-per-view? Honest to God, they actually sent me this because I unsubscribed to the network. Because it's broken all the time. It just doesn't work for me online. I don't know why. And my connection's fine. Because I play online gaming and it's completely fine. But for whatever reason, the WWE Network here is just so terrible. And I don't want to see 5 episodes of Holy Foley, okay? I'd rather not see that. I'm sorry. But the problem is, and this is the thing, is that there needs to be a break. There needs to be a break. Holy fucking Foley. Why would anyone...
fuck his daughter there, Noelle. Fucking, she's dating that clown guy. That's a lucky motherfucker, Frank the Clown or whatever.
She's a wee cat, to be fair.
Shit, man. Fucking right, man.
But the thing is, honestly, I honestly do believe this, and it does make sense. Move SmackDown to Friday because, WJ, me and you know this, if you're working, right? If people are working in America or in Europe, right, they can actually sit down and enjoy the show, right? Because if they sit down and I'm talking time scales, I'm not talking about storylines and stuff, but people actually, a few people do, but some people don't work on the weekends, right? They're off on the weekends, right? So they can afford to stay up and watch the show. But if you're honestly having these 3 shows all at once and in the space of 3 days, you're going to burn your fans out. And also, these people like are turning around saying, "Oh, but it's working." No, it's not. The ratings are down on Raw, and also the ratings went down on SmackDown as well. I think it got like a 1.6.
1.6 on SmackDown. Fuck.
Yeah, like, oh, the revolution's coming. Yeah, you're gonna be waiting a while. You're gonna be waiting a while, you dickheads.
They're gonna open up a warehouse next to TNA in the junkyard, Jerry, pretty soon, I think.
I'd be honest with you, and do you know what? Maybe I'm a little bit biased in this because of SmackDown spoilers, but I actually do miss when SmackDown wasn't live. I actually wanted it like not to be live because it's just too much.
Why
You know
couldn't
what I mean?
they just do it like in the old days, the same roster with 2 live shows? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't even, there's just not enough star power to even do it. Like, because
There's nobody. Fuck, absolutely no one.
like Dean Ambrose is just fucking neutered to all hell. Like,
Man.
when he and I'll admit this, when he won the championship, I was rooting for him, right? I was rooting for him to win the championship because I'm like, you know what? I was a fan of Dean Ambrose, right? But for whatever, once he won that championship, as soon as he remember that part where he got out of the taxi and he forgot the title in the taxi, as soon as I seen that shit, I went, oh my god, they're trying to make him look like Deadpool, right? And if that, like, a lot of you all know the Deadpool thing, you know, the witty kind of, like, he does the witty kind of comedy type of random comedy thing.
Okay.
Dean doesn't suit that. Dean, that's not Dean Ambrose, okay? Dean is supposed to be a psychopath that like Randy Orton.
Heel psychopath, not a cornball guy, you know?
Yeah, like not these kind of people that eat like food and dressing up like Canadian soldiers and sit like, oh man, it's just so frustrating what they've done. Like with I like Dean Ambrose more than Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns at one point, but see now it's like I don't even care anymore. They've literally killed off them.
Seth Rollins, that's another video that I'd like to do eventually. Braun Strowman too there, but Seth Rollins, oh my god, you know. I think he already reached his peak there when he came out to kick, or not to kick, but to cash in the title there, and he did the double stomps to the, you know, Brock and Reigns. That was pretty much his peak right there, you know. After that, it's a shit title run, and my God, now he's just there, kind of like Orton, but even cheaper. Fuck.
Yeah, and also you have to bear in mind every single member of the Shield that won the championship, the ratings hit a new low.
Yeah.
Like that whenever your so-called top stars are doing that, that goes to show you how bad things are. Like, it's honest to God terrible. Like, I've never seen like, there's no urgency. Like, honestly, I forgot that Raw was on and SmackDown was on this week. I completely forgot about it. It wasn't until I think it was like Ty Lopez or something that's on he's on my Facebook. I think it was him, or I think it was somebody on Facebook said, did anyone see Raw? And I'm like, oh wait, I completely forgot about it. Like that's not good. Like if someone like myself that reviews WWE regularly forgets the show, then isn't that saying something about your actual show? And also, like, while on the subject, Enzo Amore and Big Cass, I'm sorry, but the whole stick's boring. It's fucking boring. Just get rid of the boring fucks. I'm sorry.
The thing with them is people liked it and stuff. They thought it was the next New Age Outlaws, and then they make them lose every week. So how are the fans supposed to care after that? How do you take them as a legit, like it's fake? You know, there's no legit there, but like, how do you go from jobbing every week to caring about them if they win the title, you know?
Exactly.
1.9 rating for Raw, 1.6 rating for SmackDown. Shit's going down the drain there. I don't know.
Oh, and by the way, see for these people that have excuses that like, because I've seen a few people like, there's been a few people that have made excuses saying, yo, the TV ratings don't matter. Well, if you check out the trends on Google and if you check out any trends on the internet, that'll give you a good indication as to how bad WWE is. If you look at all the trends that are happening in WWE, they are near the bottom compared to other media outlets, like other kind of television programs. Like they're just way down the bottom now. Like
So,
nobody's
yeah,
talking about it.
exactly. How come nobody? How come the football is getting views? People aren't watching it online. I thought people were watching everything online now, but every other show has ratings, right?
And even I'll even admit this. I think even WWE's actual YouTube channel, like for the subscribers that they've got, I don't think the viewership's all that great. Like occasionally, if there's a big moment, they'll get 1 million, but for the most part, they only get like 100,000 on the
Isn't
clip.
there only 15 million views in total on their page?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
That's 2 weeks for PewDiePie that to
it's
match that.
it's pretty much yeah. I think he's at 50 million. The fact that a guy that plays video games gets more viewership than a fucking wrestling show goes to
It's
show you how bad it is.
almost 1 million per vid, PewDiePie, if not more than that there. So
Yeah, consistently about 2 million
if
at minimum.
if everybody's online, if there's a gazillion wrestling fans, but for some reason they don't watch television, they're only online, then you'd expect WWE's YouTube channel to match PewDiePie's viewership or something like this, right? If everybody's online and they all adore wrestling, then, you know.
And also on that subject, how come the networks only got like slightly over 1 million subscribers as well? Like, surely it would have about what 10 million.
And
Surely
this
you
is
would think that.
worldwide. It's out
Exactly.
worldwide. Apparently, there's billions of fans all around the world. Where are they?
Exactly. Like, and also, I hate to say this, but the network's terrible. You know, yes, you have like the archive stuff, but really, you can just search that stuff on YouTube for free for crying out loud.
Here in Canada, we get the good feed because it plays on our TVs. The feed portion is on the television channel, so there's no glitches, but we have no fucking on-demand stuff, the archives or whatever. We have nothing. We have a couple manias and a few Summer Slams. I think they have the same two ECW pay-per-views for like 2 years. They haven't added shit in like a year and a half on it. I haven't looked in a long time there, but last time I checked a few months ago, there was fuck all on it. It's the same pay-per-views. There's only like 5, 6 WCW pay-per-views. So where the fuck's the content for the Canadian viewers that are paying fucking 14, 15 bucks with the tax for it there? Where the fuck's the content, for God's sakes, you know?
And the exclusive content apart from, and I will say, I think Edge and Christian's show is actually pretty good because you can tell that they actually put effort in their show. But apart from that kind of table of three is very watered down compared to what you could see in You Shoot. You know, that table of three and the we're gonna be traveling. Oh, guys, you want to see the like after watching 3 hours of Raw and SmackDown and all that kind of garbage, then you tune into the network to see how Enzo Amore and Big Cass get to Cleveland, for crying out loud. Like, as if anyone wants to see that garbage. Like, they need to put out some good content on the network for me to go back to it. I'm telling you.
It's not real shoots because it's controlled by the company, so it's not like they can complain or say the truth about anything, you know. And they're plus about all the content, all the shows. They're going to come out with the new UK show pretty soon there.
Oh god, that crap.
Why have a show dedicated to just UK wrestlers? Why not bring these guys on Raw or something? The 4 or 5 guys that are a bit cool there. I don't know if they're cool there, but
Yeah,
there was 3, 4 guys that stand out from the UK stuff there. I don't remember their names right now. They all have beards and mustaches with blonde hair for some reason, but why can't they just take the best from that and put them on NXT regularly or Raw and SmackDown if they're good enough? Why have a complete, like, is it like a UK version of NXT or what the fuck is this going to be there?
Yeah, and also, why is the UK title not defended?
And I saw a match on NXT for the belt.
Yeah.
Why have the belt on NXT? It makes it look like it's Jobber City. Why is it on NXT? If it's a legit WWE belt, why didn't they put it on Raw or SmackDown? Have the young guy that won it, I don't remember his name, Tyler Bate. Why not have him and his buddies go on SmackDown or something like this, defend the belt and stuff?
Yeah, it just, yeah, and they don't even, because I didn't even know they actually defended on NXT. Like, that goes to show you how much I even care about it. Like, they don't even advertise it that much on it on the UK Championship.
Jack Gallagher versus Tyler Bate. The match was actually good because they both have the same style. They were doing submission stuff, and like, it was a good match, but why not put that shit on Raw or SmackDown? Why do you need another fucking show that nobody's gonna watch? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like 205 Live. Why do they need to do this? If they're already on Raw, why do they need to have their own show? It makes no sense there.
Exactly, man.
Do they need to have like 600 wrestlers in the company, or 600 wrestlers? There's only 2 stars in the whole fucking company, for God's sake.
Yeah.
So that's about it there, folks. Randy Orton's a boring motherfucker, and stay tuned for the new Quitting Smoking series. Soon there, fuck. Wrestling videos, other kind of videos on the channel there. It's going to be season 2, Jerry. You got your rant series season 2 coming up, Jerry. I got Quit Smoking series season 2 coming soon there, Jerry.
I tell you what, our season 2 will be a hell of a lot better than Holy Foley. Like, Holy Foley, I'll tell you that much. Like,
when is she gonna wrestle, this girl? She's training to wrestle, and is she still training, or what the fuck is she doing? Not that it matters there, but
I seen her on something, but she was pretty terrible. Like, I heard she wasn't great. Like,
I follow her on Twitter. I look at her pics once in a while, Jerry. Fuck it.
I'm glad.
I was gonna say some nice pics that Noelle Foley.
I tell you who they need to debut. Do you know that girl, the blonde girl? What's her name again? On NXT.
The hot one there.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan.
No, not her. I forget her name now. But like,
the one with the gangster look with the crooked hat.
Mandy something, isn't it? Mandy.
Oh, Mandy Rose. Yeah, that's a fucking shape and a half on her. Fuck.
They need to get her on the main roster right now. I'm telling you right now, like I don't even care about her wrestling ability. I say just get her on there just for that fact. Like I'm being brutally honest. Like
that's one of the best bodies I've ever seen in wrestling. That girl there.
yeah,
She has a channel on YouTube, but nobody watches her videos. She hardly gets any views on the vids. It's pretty weird there.
yeah, they need to like feature her more because I swear to God, if they featured her more, I think people will actually get like I don't know what's just like wrestling or whatever. All I am just going by, I'm just going by Twitter there, WJ, like the wee cheeky follow there.
Liv Morgan could maybe start soon, and they have a couple of hot ones from Australia there. I don't remember their names. Peyton Royce and her friend with the black hair. They got a little something there. They need to bring Andre Corbet to the main roster. That's what they need, Jerry.
Oh God.
Andre Corbet and Samoa Joe start some kind of TNA fucking faction. Eric Young, Samoa Joe with Andre Corbet and the fucking as the star of the team there. Hello, wrestling fan. Then he starts beating up the fucking wrestlers, Jerry. I have passion.
Oh my God.
Bret Hart comes out and helps Andre win matches, Jerry.
That'll get people watching. I'm telling you, WJ. That'll get people watching. Hashtag hire Andre. That's what they need. WWE need to do that.
That's what they need. Fuck the Andre Corbet division. Fuck, he's in the league of his own, Jerry. Fuck the tag division, women's division, the Andre Corbet division. Fuck. So that's about all for this week, folks. Long live Andre. Fuck, hell of a man. The stud, fuck, they call him.
Andre Revolution.
The Andre Corbet Revolution. Fuck. Gemini, he's past his prime then, Jerry. Me too. I'm a bit past my prime, but I'm going to get back in the game eventually, Jerry. I've hit rock bottom on YouTube. There are 300 views for SmackDown videos, 500 subs, but wait until the Quit Smoking series season 2 starts. That's going to turn everything around, Jerry.
Going straight to the top, Chico.
It's like the Raw ratings. Once they get Corbet on there, shit's going to fucking skyrocket, Jerry. That's the fucking... the new wrestling boom period, fuck, with Andre Corbet and Chris Benoit's son and Mitch Smith, fuck. Mitch Smith and Chris Benoit's son.
It's gone off the rails.
Mitch Smith comes out with his hand on the ass of Benoit's son.
Oh no! Oh God!
That's what the world needs. Mitch with his spandex wrestling suit, Jerry. Chris Benoit, he has his hand on Benoit's son's ass. Benoit's son rubs his hand through Mitch's ginger hair.
Oh my God!
That's what you need in the fucking wrestling world, Jerry. Fuck.
Oh my God! Oh God.
So there you have it, folks. Randy Orton's a boring champion. Until next time. Peace.